These days you can't show a kid any kind of kindness, particularly through the giving of sweets or toys, without being given a Greek title and locked in a small room with an overly friendly guy who looks like a cross between giant haystacks and Julian Clary. But it wasn't always the case. Back in the shadowy past of London's history, not only was it fine to treat a child as a slave and worse than an animal, you could give them gifts without fear of prosecution, so it kind of evened itself out. Alongside the great philanthropists of the East End like William Booth and Dr. Bernardo, there was one much lesser known figure who arrived into the area from Somerset in 1894. Clara Grant was a school teacher, and she arrived in Wapping to work at one of the local schools, and was immediately confronted by the extreme poverty in the area. Now, of course, there were great needs like clothes and food, which she supplied through hot breakfasts. But she wanted to go a step further. She wanted to give the children of the area a childhood, which is something that they had sorely lacked, through the giving of gifts of toys and childhood things that these guys could otherwise never afford. Toys of tin or wood, broken or whole, dollars' heads, balls, beads, shells. You can see the kind of poverty these kids were in because they absolutely loved it. But Clara Grant was very keen not to be just another charity. So she devised a scheme called Farthing Bundles, where she would bundle up these toys and sell them to the kids for a farthing, when of course they were worth a lot more. Each farthing was put back into the scheme to keep things going, and pretty soon 2,000 bundles were getting handed out at a time. Kids were queuing up for hours before anything was due to arrive, and they had to basically devise a scheme to scale things down a bit. So she built a little wooden arch that said, "Enter now, ye children small, none can come who are too tall." She was given the nickname the Bundle Lady, which during the time was probably quite cute, but these days brings up the vision of a old lady shuffling through the streets with a trolley full of plastic bags, muttering obscenities and shrieking at puddles. But her legacy lived on well after her death, and the scheme itself was only discontinued in 1984. And today she has a school named after her and a house, but no Wikipedia page. Can you believe it? Some tell tales, others rhyme, but I sing songs from the Howling Sea.
If you're wondering what on earth you just witnessed, you've been watching a video from the Songs from the Howling Sea podcast. Each week I release a song and a video about a person or a subject from London's East End. 52 songs in 52 weeks. For more, visit www.songsfromthehowlingsea.com.